All right. Thank you, everyone, once again for being here. So this evening, we want to discuss about the business model canvas. Some of us may have come across the words, some of us may have come across the canvas, and then some of us may have not heard of the canvas before. Either way, we are all going to learn something about the business model canvas. The business model canvas, in my opinion, is a shortcut towards developing a business plan. It is not a substitute for a business plan, but it helps reduce the time it will cost you to develop a business plan. It helps you focus on the key areas of a business plan. The business model canvas is very essential when you begin to think of a business idea. When it is just an idea, even before you start to flesh it, the business model canvas is that tool that would help you give some critical reasoning to your idea. It will ask you key questions like who, why, where, how. And as you answer these questions on the canvas, you're able to visualize your idea if it is something that could be viable or not. Many small business owners, even entrepreneurs, startups, start most of the time without proper picture of who they want to sell to, without a proper picture of how they want to sell. People in the tech space would really understand what I'm trying to say now. Sometimes we get so excited and carried away by the product or service we are developing that we forget to worry about who will pay for it. We forget to worry about if it is exactly what the market needs. We are just so eager to put our ideas out there. And then sometimes when we do, we find out that our idea is a duplication of already existing ideas with nothing extra to offer. Sometimes we are even offering less than what is already in the market. It is in situations like that that the business model canvas comes in very handy. The business model canvas would force you to ask yourself critical questions. Questions that border around why you want to do that thing, who you want to do it for, where will you do it, how will you make money out of it, how much will it cost you to do it. If you cannot answer these questions critically, there is no point starting that business. Don't start a business by faith, I believe. Let's just start, I believe. No, there are things you need to put in place before you talk about faith. One of those things is a plan. One of those things is your business model canvas. You need to have a workable canvas that when you look at it, it gives you an idea of where your vision is headed. It gives you an idea of what you're trying to do and whether it's possible or not. What is a business model canvas? The business model canvas is a visual tool that helps businesses map out and understand the key aspects of their business in a single, easy to grasp diagram. It is a one-glance tool. It allows you to visualize how your business idea can pan out. The business model canvas consists of 9 building blocks. These 9 blocks we will see in the following slides. But just so we have an idea, the 9 blocks are customer segments, value propositions, channels, customer relationships, revenue streams, key resources, key activities, key partnerships, and cost structure. The business model canvas serves as a strategic guide for entrepreneurs aspiring or existing to design, describe, and evaluate their business idea or business model. I will say the last part again. The business model canvas is a strategic guide for entrepreneurs to design, describe, and evaluate their business idea or model. So what we are trying to achieve is a tool that allows us to describe what we want to do. It allows us to design what we want to do. But most importantly, it helps us to evaluate if what we want to do is worth it. Some of us spend too much money going into a business that does not require so much money. Some of us invest in our passion, not in something that is in demand. The business model canvas will help you evaluate whether that idea is market ready, whether that idea has a demand for it, or you are just trying to massage your passion, your emotions, or the things you like. I will say this before we proceed. In the course of developing a business idea or developing a business plan, your entire business plan must center around the people that will use that business idea, the people that would use the solution or service that you're trying to provide. Don't build your business plan, your business model, or your business idea around what you like. You are not the customer. You are not the consumer. The consumer is out there. If you do not know what the consumer wants, you do not have any business starting yet. You need to know what the consumer wants. You need to know what the consumer's problems are. If there are existing solutions before yours, you need to know to what extent they are solving the consumer's problem. And you that is coming into that space, how differently would you solve the consumer's problem? Those are the things that should guide you when you're trying to build a business idea. If you have an existing business and you have not thought of these things, it's not too late. As we are going through the process, ask yourself, who exactly is this my business servicing? Your business cannot service everybody. Your idea cannot service everybody. Who exactly is this my business servicing? Who exactly am I in business for? What exactly am I providing? I'm selling clothes. The next shop beside me is also selling clothes. 3 shops away from mine is also selling clothes. We all sell clothes, but what value am I providing? Why should anybody buy from me and not my competition? Is there a brand message I am trying to sell? Is there a perception I am trying to sell? Sometimes the difference between the person who knows why he's in business and the other person who goes into business because it looks like it is lucrative, the difference is that when there is pressure, one will give up. When there is difficulty, one will give up. The other one will not. So a business model canvas, it's a visual tool for business planning. That's the shortest, meaningful way to put it. The business model canvas is a visual tool that allows you to plan your business idea. It allows you to design your business idea. It helps you to describe and evaluate your business idea. The business model canvas is broken down into 9 key business components, 9 key areas. If you can answer the questions to these 9 areas, you have a business plan already. Just a few things left. This is what a business model canvas looks like. Don't worry about the text underneath the headings. We are mostly interested in the headings on this page. The business model canvas is divided into 9 blocks, like we said. If you look at your screen, we have a diagram of the business model canvas. We have 2 blocks, 2 rows. Okay, we have 2 columns to the left. We have 2 columns to the right. The column in the middle divides the entire canvas. The column in the middle is called value propositions, and it sits in the middle. I'll tell you why it sits in the middle and how strategic that is. The 2 bottom rows, the left-hand side is your cost structure. The right-hand side is your revenue streams. Both are underneath the value proposition. The value proposition is seated perfectly in the middle of both boxes. Now, if you look at your screen, on the left-hand side, we have key partners, key activities, key resources. On the right-hand side, we have customer relationships, customer segments, channels. Everything on the left-hand side of the value proposition are internal. They are the things you do to provide value. They are the things that support you to provide value. Just look at it for a minute. Key partners, key activities, key resources, cost structure. Everything to the left are internal. They are the things you do within the business. They are the things you will do in your business to provide value. They are the things you will do to provide a product. They are the things you will do to provide a service. Everything to your right are what you will do to engage the customer. Customer relationships, customer segments, channels, they all speak of the customer. They all revolve around what you will do to get the customer, to keep the customer, to identify the customer. And beneath them is how you will make money from the customer. So everything on the right is internal and describes how you make money from the customer, how you will identify the customer. They are all external activities. Everything on the left are internal activities. I hope we got this one right. Look at it again. We have one column dividing the entire canvas. That column is called value proposition. Everything about this canvas is seated on value. If we do not know or have a value we want to provide, everything else does not matter. So the value is in the middle. And then the value divides the canvas into two. To the left, we have all the activities we will do in the business to provide the value. On the right, we have all the activities we will do to get the value to the customer and ultimately make money. So let's move forward and see what each of these boxes represents. You have an idea or you have an existing business. Let's see how your business idea or your existing business fits into a business model canvas. Remember, I said, the business model is a shortcut to developing a business plan. Sometimes when you're developing your business plan, there are areas that are not entirely clear at that initial stage. They may not be clear enough to write a full business plan, but you will have enough information to write a business model canvas. The business model canvas is not a substitute for a business plan. It supports the business plan. The business plan is like an expanded version of your business model. All right. So the first thing we're looking at is value proposition. When we say value proposition, we are asking. So you're asking yourself now, what is the core problem you're trying to solve? With this, my business idea that I have, with this business I want to go into, with this skill that I have, what problems can I solve? What problems am I trying to solve? So you take your pen and you begin to list down the problems you want to solve, the problems you can solve in line with the skill sets you have. If you are an existing business, you're already providing products and services. You're already providing value. But the question is, do you know the core problems your business is trying to solve? Every business is solving a problem. If you're done answering the first question, the second question is, how is your value different from any other one that is already existing? What makes you better? What makes you different? For example, you sell parfait. Another person sells parfait. The other person sells a particular size of parfait. You came up with your own parfait with probably additional ingredients that are very healthy, and then you came up with options. You came up with other sizes. Sizes have created more value for you in that market. That other person may have limited himself or herself by selling only one size. So if I cannot afford that size, I don't buy. But you have come now to provide options. And in business, people like options. You didn't just provide options. You also brought in custom delivery. If you buy more than one, we will bring it to you wherever you are at no cost to you. If you buy one, we'll deliver it to you for a minimal fee. The other person does not have all this extra value attached. You are coming with extra value. That makes you different. So that answers the second question. Is your value different from what other existing brands are offering. If your value is not different, you need to stay in the boardroom and continue to troubleshoot on that idea. You can't just sell because everybody is selling. You should sell because there is a peculiar, there is a unique value you are bringing that others do not have. Next slide. Key partnerships. Key partnerships. Let's say you have an idea. You have troubleshoot your idea looks very good. You have seen the value you want to provide. You are certain that what you're bringing to the market, nobody else has it, just you. You're certain that your idea will thrive. The next thing you need, or the next thing you should ask yourself is, who can partner with me to deliver this value that I want to deliver? So key partnerships are collaborations that you need for growth. Every business has partners. Example of your partners will be local suppliers. When we say partners, we are not necessarily saying investors. We are not saying that these people are adding money to your business or they are borrowing you capital. No. In this context of business modeling, your partner is anybody that collaborates with you to provide value. Anybody that contributes to the value you want to offer is a partner. Example, you own a bakery. The person who supplies flour to your bakery is your partner. If he doesn't supply you flour, you cannot bake bread. The person that services your oven is your partner. If your machines break down and the person is not available, you will lose production time. So, once you have identified the value you want to provide, the question is, who and what do I need to be able to provide this value? For some people, what they need in the form of collaboration can be someone who would help them provide a certain skill that they do not have. For some people. So if you look at your own idea, what key resources or capabilities do you not have that you need somebody else to provide in order for you to meet your value? Let me describe another scenario. You're going into drinks business. Say, for instance, you want to start selling Coca-Cola products or Breweries products. And then what you would need as a key partner would be to sign up with a major distributor or go and become a major distributor with the company, which of course will cost you a lot of money. Now, the people in that same space with you, because they have gone into partnerships with the suppliers, they supply them these drinks without any down payment. As they make sales, they make remittance to them. When they sell up to a certain percentage, they restock for them at no down payments. Because you do not have such a strategic alliance, you do not have that kind of partnership, you will now commit huge amount of money to buy the drinks you want to sell. If you're not able to sell them on time or sell them as quickly as possible, that would be your capital tied down. So for the kind of business you want to go into, for the kind of business you are into, do you have relationships that can reduce your cost of operation? That is, there are things you can take on credit and pay in bits rather than commit huge amount of money to buy them. You may not have sufficient funds to stock your bakery with, say, 50 bags of flour. But if you have a strategic partnership, you can be supplied 50 bags of flour while you pay in bits. So key partners are anybody, anything that collaborates with you, that supports you, that complements you to provide the value that you want to sell. Key partners differ from business to business. So imagine it for a second. Who are your possible key partners? Key activities. It is not enough to start the business, go there every day, sit down, pray, sing, and then maybe see a movie on your phone, or if you had installed GoTV in your shop, you begin to see a movie. People are walking past, and you say, anybody will go buy from me, go come inside. It doesn't work like that. Before you start a business, you must have planned out the activities of the business, the things you will do to drive the business operations, the things you will do to grow the business. The business would not grow wings and fly by itself. No. Somebody must deliberately, intentionally put in the work every day to grow the business. Example of key activities for your business can be product development, can be marketing campaigns. Under marketing campaigns, it can be posting on social media 2-3 times a day. It can be posting on your WhatsApp. It can be calling people. It can be sending bulk SMS. It can be pasting posters at strategic places. There must be activities to sell that business, to drive that business operation. You must know them beforehand. Don't just start because other people are starting. Start because you have planned out the business idea. Key activities are the things that will drive the business operations. The key processes and tasks you need to create to deliver the value proposition. If your value is to sell parfait, your activities will be to sell the parfait, to produce the parfait, to brand the parfait. Your activities will include to market the parfait, to give visibility to the parfait. So anything you will do that will make you sell the parfait is your key activity. Anything you will do to grow the business is your key activity. Do you have key activities? Up until now, do you post because you remembered or you saw something, it now occurred to you that you have not posted before, you now posted? Or do you have a structured marketing system as part of your key activities? When you wake up in the morning, there are defined steps, processes, tasks that you need to take. Do you have it like that documented? Do you have systems that allow you to understand the activities you should carry out, or you carry them based on impulse? I've not posted today, let me post. And then you post. 2 days after, you have not posted again. Some people who care about you will check on you and say, we've not seen you post for a while. I tire, all these things, the tire person. Don't worry, I go post. Are they okay? I go post. Key activities are not things you do when you feel like it. They are fundamental parts of your business growth. They drive the business operations. So they must be done constantly, consistently. Key resources. Key resources. Key resources are the things that are essential for your business success. The things that are essential to your business success are your key resources. Who and what are the key resources to deliver the key activities? So ask yourself, what and what do I need to be able to provide the value that I say I will provide? I have value. I have identified who I will partner with. I have identified the activities that the business will carry out. Now I'm concerned about the resources that I will need to drive the business. The resources you would need to drive the business. Sometimes I tell people that money is not the first thing you need to start a business. Money is not the second thing you need to start a business. If you do not have a process that helps you to structure your business idea as we are doing right now, if they give you money, you waste it. It will not be because you deliberately want to waste the money, but you will waste it without knowing it. It may not be your intention, but you will waste the money. So it is important that you learn. It is important that you know what the resources are. Sometimes some people want to fund your business, and then they ask you, so how much do you need for this business? And you hear something like, I don't know yet. If you have done a business model canvas like we are doing now, and somebody asks you, how much do you need to start this your business? How much do you need to grow your business? How much do you need to scale your business? How much do you need to do this or to do that for your business? You will be able to instantly give an idea because you have gone through the process of evaluating the resources you need. You have described it for yourself. You have designed it. So this is partly why it is essential to do what we are doing. When money comes into your business, you're not confused. You're not overly excited. Why? Because you already know what the money would go for. You know the key resources your business needs to scale. You know the key resources your business needs to take off. So when money comes to you, you're not confused. Some people will say when they get money, they will first go to a hotel and cool down so that their brain will rest. They want to calm down so they can think. You will not think nothing. By the time you are done thinking, half of the money is already gone on bills. So, parfait. I don't know why I keep using the parfait instance. I like parfait anyway. So, let's look at parfait again. I want to run a parfait business, parfait production. I already know the equipment I need. I know the cost of the equipment. I do not have it right now, but I have done my business model canvas and I know the equipment I need. But there is a manual way for me to still produce my parfait because I don't want to wait to have everything at once. So the key resources that I need at the time that do not need additional expenses, I'm already doing those ones. The key partnerships I need that does not require money, I already have those ones. The key activities that I need to carry out that do not need additional money, I'm already carrying those ones out. As I am doing my business, income is coming in. As income is coming in, I'm rolling it over. The business is gradually growing. Once we have sufficient funds to expand, I want to now buy resources. I will not be confused because I already wrote the resources that I need down. I am using a manual method because I do not have the capital yet to buy those resources. But now that I have it, I know what I want to buy. I will just go and buy it. I don't need to think. So, do you know your key resources? Do you know those things that are essential for your business success? More money will not make your business succeed if you do not have a plan. More money does not mean good business. If there is no structure, more money will soon become no money. It's only a matter of time. If you do not have the right structures, the business will suffer even with more money. Customer relationships. Customer relationships. So here, ask yourself, how do I build trust and loyalty? I want to get customers. I want people to patronize me. Most importantly, I want them to stay. How do I build trust and loyalty? Customer relationship is a journey. How you acquire, service, and maintain a customer will determine whether they will trust you and become loyal to you, loyal enough to now recommend or refer other people to you. So the question is, how can you do what you're doing better or differently that would make customers trust you, that will make customers loyal to you? One of my business slogans is that we are your solution. It's not just a slogan, it's a brand promise. What it means for us is that the moment we come in contact with you, we are your one-stop solution. Even when you need something that we do not provide directly as a product or service, we have rich network to still get that thing done for you without you having to go and look for another vendor. So that makes our customers trust us. It makes them loyal to us, even when they have a problem that is not in our core business area. They still bring it to us and they say something like, Harry, I know you will find a solution. Harry, I know you have a solution. Harry, I know you have an idea. Even when we do not have an idea, we do not say we don't have an idea. We go and research. We go and find the solution on their behalf. Our customers have come to trust us for this singular reason. What will you do to make customers trust you? What would you do to make your customers loyal to you? You're not the only one in the market. You might be selling the best product, but you're not the only one in the market. Some other people might be selling what is not exactly what you are selling, but their pricing may be cheaper. There is constant competition in the market, direct and indirect competition. So when you acquire your customers, what would you do to keep them? What would you do to make them trust you? If they don't trust you, they will not buy from you. If they're not loyal to you, they will not refer people to you. How will you maintain and retain your customers? Whatever that answer is, it is called customers relationships. So even before the business starts, you already have an idea of the things you want to do to keep your customers. Excellent customer service. Under customer service, what are we going to be doing for our customers? We'll call them regularly, we'll send them text messages, we'll celebrate with them on their special days, we'll create loyalty programs. You already have these things planned out. You will not wake up one day and do it because business A is doing it. No, you already have it in your plan as a business strategy. Channels. How will you reach your customers? So you already know who your customer is. You already have an idea how you want to maintain them. The question is, how will you reach them? The people that want to buy from you, the people that you want to buy from you, how will you reach them? What's your plan with connecting to them? Will you reach them via social media? Will you reach them in the local markets? Will you reach them via telephone calls? Will you reach them via SMS? How will you connect with them? Will you meet them in social gatherings? Will you meet them by collaborating with other brands? How would you reach your customers? Whatever that thing is, it is called channel. While you're listing down the various ways you want to connect with your customers, make sure that they are cost effective and reliable. However you choose to connect with your customer, make sure it is cost effective and it is reliable. You don't want to spend too much money. The more money you spend, the higher the cost of the business. The higher the cost of the business, the longer it will take you to make a profit. So always make sure that your operating costs is under control. Always make sure that your operating costs is under control. Customer segments, a very interesting block. Customer segments. Who is your customer? As simple as that question is, it is a very troubling question for many people. Who is your customer? Some people will say, my customer, I don't really know. People that want good hair, people that like to be fashionable, people that love quality. Everybody loves quality. Everybody. There is nobody that likes cheap things. Everybody loves quality. But it doesn't matter what you like. It doesn't matter what you love. It doesn't matter what you need. At the end of the day, it is the ability to purchase that differentiates you from the other person. So it is not enough that people like your brand. It's not enough that when you post on social media, people will like it, people will love it, people will share it. The question is, will they buy? Can they buy? Do they want to buy? Yes. Can they buy? Maybe not. So who can buy? Where are they? You should be able to have an idea of where the people that can afford your product or service are. Not everybody can. Sometimes on social media, when you make a post, you see over 100 likes or comments, as the case may be. But maybe only one or two will commit, especially if you're selling something. Maybe only one or two would actually commit. The rest will just be telling you, good job, nice job. Keep it up. Nice one. Nice one. Well done. You're doing well. That's it. They just keep massaging you. They do not commit. Those people are not your customers. They like your brand. They identify with your brand. Maybe they can even recommend people to use your brand, but they are not your customer. They are not your customer not because they do not like what you do. They may not be able to afford it. In some cases, they can afford it, but the value you're offering may not be suitable with them. Which is why it is important to outline what value you want to provide and make sure that it is meeting the need of the people you're providing it for. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how cheap you sell it, they will not patronize you. People who buy very expensive things, it is because it meets their need. And then there are people who will never buy expensive things no matter how much money they have. There is a difference. So, in that business idea that you're having right now, who have you identified as the person that should buy from you, that will be patronizing you? It's very important. This is where a lot of the business miss it. You're excited about the idea. It's a good idea. You put it on social media. People hail you. Congratulations. Well done. Yeah. And then when you get into the business, those people don't patronize you. If you do not identify who you want to sell to from the beginning, if you do not identify who your business is designed for from the beginning, you will struggle. You will see that other people may be selling, you are not, and you'll be wondering. After all, it was the other person's business you saw and figured that you should, do the same thing. You saw that they are making sales, but when you joined, you couldn't make sales like they were making sales. It looks to you like they're selling to everybody. No, they are not. They have a peculiar people they sell to. Even if you gather the same people they sell to and put them in your own shop, if the offer is not the same or better, they will not buy. People usually buy a product for 3 or more reasons. 1, it saves them costs. 2, it saves them time. 3, it meets their needs and much more. Meeting that need means that it could make them better. It could make them feel better. If whatever you want to offer meets these 3 criteria, you're on the right track. 1, it saves the customer time. 2, it saves the customer money. 3, it meets and exceeds the customer's need. Almost everybody that will buy from you will buy from you from 1, 2, or these 3 reasons. So use that as a guide and then look at your customer segments. Who exactly are you selling to? In the market, there is the upper class, there is the middle class, there is the lower class. Which of the classes are you selling to? Are you selling to a mixed market or you're selling to a niche market? Lamborghini is not for everybody. Lamborghini car is for a niche market. There are people who even have the money, but they will never buy Lamborghini. It's not for them. They don't see themselves in that kind of car. Private jets is not for everybody. There are some billionaires that can afford it, but they will not buy it. Why? It does not meet their needs. So, let's say you have identified your audience. It could be a mixed audience. The question is, who are the primary customers you want to provide value to? Some businesses have more than one class of customers. Some have primary, and secondary. Some just have primary. Secondary customers are customers that your business may not have originally been designed for, but somehow they have become part of your customers. Example, Indomie noodles was not originally designed for parents. It was designed for children. But eventually, they saw a need to make it a family brand. And so the brand started to expand. Today, the brand has products across every family line, from the toddler to the eldest person in the family. There is an Indomie pack for you. There is a noodles pack for you. There is one that meets your need. They looked at the diversity of their customers. They came up with different flavors to meet the diverse needs of those customers. Customer segmentation. You must be able to break your customers into their respective groups. You can only do this if you know exactly who you're creating value for. If you visit a fashion house and they tell you a pair of suits is 200,000, you could say, no, that's too expensive. I can't buy a pair of suits for 200,000. Somebody else will come into that fashion house and buy that suit without pricing. It doesn't mean that you don't know quality. Both of you just share different needs. What that other person sees as value is not what you see as value. But the owner of the fashion house has identified who he is creating his value for. And that is the second person that walked in. You are not broke, you're not poor, you're not blind to beautiful things, but you are just not his customer. The feeling that the second person will get from wearing a particular brand, you do not have that feeling. Your satisfaction is not from the name of the brand, it's not the feeling of the costs. But this fashion house have said that they want to sell to people who are not afraid to spend. They want to sell to people who like style and fashion, people who like exclusivity, people who are luxurious. Those are the people they want to sell to. So even when they want to do their marketing, they know where to do marketing for that kind of people. They will not come and market in your locality where you would see that as being extra. They know where to go and market. And the people who they want to market to would see it and not complain. Cost structure. How will your business manage expenses? 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 What are the fixed and variable costs that your business is likely to incur? What are the things this business will spend money for? What are the things that we will put our money into to help us achieve the value we want to put out there? Will your business go into production? If yes, how much? What are the regular costs that the business will incur? How much is that cost? It is important to know these things. You can't just go into business hoping, assuming. If you go into business hoping, assuming, you will get there and the reality will overwhelm you. Many of us have seen it happen, and then we say things like, I did not know. If I knew, I wouldn't have started this business. I did not know that this business is like this. No, I wish I didn't join. How will your business manage expenses? Do you have credit lines? Do you have collaborations? Do you have effective ways to reduce the cost of providing the product or service that you want to offer? Think about it. I produce parfait. Is there a more effective way to reduce my costs of making parfait? What are all the expenses associated with producing parfait? Are they all justified? If yes, are there areas where I can cut down on the expenses? Are there alternatives? Are there options? If yes, can I explore them? What are the main expenses my business incurs? Sometimes we make a lot of expenses in our businesses, even some that are not important. We just make them absent-mindedly. But if you sit down and check it, you realize that some of the expenses are not important. They're not that important. We probably are just making them because we thought we need to make them. So review, if you're already an existing business, review your current business expenses. Separate the fixed costs. Fixed costs are expenses you make consistently. You make them on a regular, like power bill, shop rent, servicing of equipment. These ones have specific dates. They are fixed costs. Varied costs are costs that are not regular. They are not consistent, but they are also costs. Check the varied and the fixed. Are there ways we can reduce them? Are there ways we can even suspend them? Are there alternatives? Can we outsource some of the things we do? Will it be cheaper if we outsource it? You need to be able to ask these questions and evaluate the business. If you have not started and you want to start, it is also important to go through this process. This may not be something you do as a one-off. From time to time, you can sit down and perform this process all over on your business or your business idea. revenue streams. Above everything we are trying to do, we want to make money. We should make money. It's partly why we're in business, to provide value and to make money. So here, ask yourself, this is my business idea. I know it. I know the value I want to provide. I know the customers I want to service. I know the partnerships I should go and develop. I know the activities I should carry out every day. I know the resources I need to have or use, as the case may be. I know the channels through which I will communicate with my customers. I know the kind of relationship to keep for my customers to stay. The next question is, how will I make money? How will this business make money? How will this product give us money? What model can we use to give us more money? What model can we use to give us regular money, consistent money? You need to be able to define clearly how your business will make money. When I make parfait, I will supply. When I supply, people will pay me. That's how we make money. No, that's not clear enough. That is an umbrella statement. How much money will you make? Remember, in your cost structure, you have captured what it will cost you to make the parfait. Under your revenue streams, you must be able to mention how you make money from selling parfait. For example, I can say I'll make money from regular walk-ins or call-ins to buy parfait. We'll make money from supplying parfait in bulk. We'll make money from servicing events. There are events where we can be contracted to make special parfait for that event. So we'll make money from catering to events. Now, because we said we will make money from catering events, it means that we need to go and look for partners that are event planners, event managers, who can now put us on their list so that whenever there is a need to sell our service to their clientele, they will contact us to do that. We have captured it in our revenue stream, so it must be in our business activities. If we say we want to be selling to walk-ins and doing bulk delivery, it must be part of our marketing activities. So we must tell it to the people there that we do bulk supplies, we do walk-ins. It must be part of our marketing efforts. We must identify our primary source of income and our secondary source of income. Almost every business has more than one way to make money. If you have not defined your customer segment, you will not know whether your business can make money in more than one way. I have mentioned 3 ways to sell my parfait. All 3 are not primary. It's not every day that we cater for events. So events can be our secondary source of revenue when we cater for events. Bulk delivery might also be a secondary source of revenue. But every day we supply parfait to walk-ins or call-ins. People call in, place order, we supply. People walk into our shop, place order, we provide, they go. So walk-ins and call-ins are our primary revenue model. It's our primary revenue model. Our secondary revenue model is catering to events and supplying people with parfait. I've mentioned 3 revenue models. So look at your own business. Is it one that requires subscription? There are people that do subscription. We can even add a 4th, subscription. We can provide special parfait for people with health challenges, people who need their parfait done in a certain way, and they subscribe to us. It's like a food plan. So they pay us monthly. They don't pay us daily. They don't do pay as you go. It's like a food plan. And so we supply them once every week. And then at the end of 4 weeks, they pay us. Now, to avoid credits or too much credits, we can decide to take our money postpaid or prepaid. It's all up to you. Will my business fare better if I do postpaid? Will it fare better if I do prepaid? Some of us sell on credit because we are scared that if we don't sell on credit, they will not buy from us, they'll go and buy from somebody else. The question is, the somebody else they are buying from, are they buying on credit or they are paying cash? Sometimes the people who want to buy on credit from you want to do so because there's an emotional entanglement. When you don't sell, it gets messy, and then they move on and buy from somebody else and pay cash. They are not your customer. So let's focus on your customers. Your customers are the people who need you to supply them parfait on a monthly basis, like a subscription. Your customers are people who cater for events. They're your partners, and then you cater to their own clientele. Walk-ins, call-ins are your partners. So pick your own revenue stream. There are different revenue models. You have subscription, you have one-time purchase, depending on what you're selling. If it's a product, especially people who are in the tech space, they do subscriptions, they do one-time purchases. And then you have these same models also apply to some other areas. Subscription can also be another word for retainer. There are some products that we provide in our business that we break down into retainer. So the client pays us over a period of time. For example, we provide a service that is quite expensive. Let's say the service was 5 million, for instance. And then we don't want it to be a one-off because we also want to retain the client. So we decide to convert the service into a retainer service and then break the payments into 3 or 4 quarters. So the client pays us quarterly. So they have enough time to recover from the first payment before they make the second one. Remember, our brand message is that we are your solution. So we are bringing solution. It's not our job to stress our customers. So everything we do, it must be centered around solution. So even when we are taking money, we are providing solution. We take money in a way that it feels like it is the customer that is doing us a favor. So look at your business model. What structure is your business using to make money? How can that structure be improved? Can there be more than one structure to making money? Look at it squarely. If you're yet to start, beautiful. You have a lot of options to look at. Whether you want to do the subscription, you want to do the retainer, you want to do the one-time purchase, whichever one that works for you, look at it. Now, I will give us a few minutes to just stretch ourselves, try to take in all of what we have heard, look over some of the things you have jotted down. Say 3 minutes. Look over some of the things you have jotted down, and then we'll take our first case study, which is the business model canvas of Uber. We all know Uber. Uber is the popular ride-hailing app company. This is the business model canvas for Uber. And when you look at it, you would see the reality of how they plot their business idea even before they got into the market. This can serve as a framework for you to plot your idea or your existing business. So 2 minutes. Take 2 minutes, look over what you have, and when I come back, we would look at the existing case study on our screen. All right, welcome back. So let's round off. What we have on the screen is the business model for Uber. What we have is a business model for Uber. And just take a few minutes and look at it. So above Above the canvas, they have their slogan or their brand promise, whichever you prefer. The fastest way to get around, that is their brand promise. Customer segment. You see that they have two kinds of customers. They have drivers, they have passengers. They have drivers who have a need. They have passengers who have a need. Both of them are their customer segments. What value is Uber offering? Uber is offering convenience, ride on demand, real-time tracking, accurate ETA. ETA means estimated time of arrival. Cashless ride. Value, income, drivers. Flexible schedule, drivers. Easy customers, drivers. So Uber is saying, as a driver, you don't need to look for passengers. We will get you passengers. That's our value we are offering. You also do not need to work full-time if you don't want to. All that is their value. Look at the channels they plan to use to constantly reach out to their customer segments. Mobile app, social media, word of mouth, online advertising, offline advertising. Customer relationship. They have several ways to maintain their customers. There is self-service, there is on-demand, there is ease of use, they are responsive, they are transparent in their rating, they have regular meetings by way of maintaining their customers. These regular meetings is with drivers. Key partners. Their key partners are investors, venture capitalists, hire car partners, insurance partners, drivers, lobbyists. All these people contribute to how they are able to provide value. The investor gives them money probably to set up their infrastructure. The hire car partner makes cars available for drivers to use. The insurance partner makes sure that the drivers are safe. They have a safety net. And if anything happens to them, they are able to bounce back quickly. Drivers are also partners. Lobbyists help them smoothing legislations, policies here and there, as the case may be. Looking at this, do you see a way you can apply this to your business idea? Do you see a way you can review your ongoing business now and then plot your own canvas to capture how you do business, who you do business with, where you do business, how you connect? Key suppliers, competitors, costs, revenues. See what their costs are. See how they make money. They make money from commission per ride, surge pricing, premium pricing, cancellation fee, shipping commission, brand partnership. People who want to be partners with their brand, people who want to advertise on their brand, pay them for it. Costs. See how they spend money. Salaries to employees, they pay drivers, technology development, marketing, legal activities, vehicles. Let's look at the second case study, Netflix. Netflix. Many of us here use Netflix. How does Netflix make money? What is Netflix business model? Let's all look at it. What value is Netflix offering? Let's look at the value Netflix is offering and try to imagine the value DSTV, that is multi-choice, is offering. From what you're seeing now, can this be the reason why more people are drifting away from cable TV to subscription TV? It could be. It could be. How does this business model make Netflix better than multi-choice or DSTV? You see that in this business model and in the other business model, something is captured, something that we didn't capture in our own business model. Ordinarily, we'll capture this in a business plan, but I think it's also okay that we can capture it in a business model. Competition. Netflix have captured their competitors, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney, Apple TV, Crave TV, HBO Plus, YouTube. All these are competitions to Netflix. I use a few of them plus Netflix, and I can tell you, to a large extent, they are very strong competition. Very strong. So going into the market, Netflix already knows who their competition is. They already know what their competition is doing. And so they already have a plan as to how they want to stay visible in the same market. They already have a plan how they want to sell and make money. They already have a plan how to be profitable. Generating revenue does not mean that you're making profit. You can be selling and still not be making profit. If your cost of operation is too high, you can make sales, yes, but you may not make profits, or not as much as you would want to. With what we have done now, is it safe to say that we can apply the business model canvas to our business ideas? Is it safe to say that whether we have a business idea or we have an existing business, that we can apply this same strategy to our business idea or existing business? So this is a task. We all need to take a practical exercise, not now, but if you take it, I promise you I will look at it if you want me to. Take the exercise, plot your business idea on the canvas. You can send it to me privately, or you can put it on the group if you want, whichever one that works for you. If you have questions, please put them on the group. If you have questions, put them on the group. If you have concerns, put them on the group. If you have feedback, please put it on the group. But most importantly, I want us to practice. I want us to practice. So everything we have done this evening, I want to see you put them to tests. Do it and give me feedback. Let us see how it works around your idea. There is no business idea that you cannot plot on the business model canvas. None. Your idea might have some unique additions or even subtractions, but every idea can be plotted on the business model canvas. So I'm challenging you to take this particular exercise and share your results with me. Questions? I would love to answer your questions if you have any. If no questions, this session is being recorded for people who, for one reason or the other, missed out from the beginning. I think we can work something out. The audio or the video version of the recording can be made available to those people. And for anyone else who feels they want to have a recap, they want to go through it again, and then some people have to do this thing 2, 3, 4, 5 times before it sticks. Nothing is wrong with you. It's just your own process of learning. It's fantastic. I understand it. So if we have such people, it's fine. We can also indicate on the group, and then we can find a way around it. So if you have no questions, this is me. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone, as usual, who made it to this session. I'm excited every time we do this. It's my desire to see that we do not just learn, but we're able to practice, and most importantly, share this feedback. So we know that something is working. So we know that people are putting what they're learning into practice and gaining the necessary traction they need to move forward. So please practice. If you have challenges, reach out, and I'm sure we can always work out a solution. I recently started my YouTube channel rather. It's been there for a while, but I just recently started giving it a lot of attention, and I would appreciate it if we all go and follow me on YouTube, Harry Pobini on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, share, leave comment, leave feedbacks. Let us know how you feel about the content over there. I would become more consistent on YouTube. Most of my content would be going to YouTube. Also endeavor to join the group from the channel, join the group, so that when we share content from time to time, you're able to also see those contents and benefit from them. So again, this is me saying thank you. In the absence of any question, we will call this a night. Next month, I will have a session on employability. It's going to be a session for young people who have challenges around personal development, growing personal capacity, around employment, career growth, people who want to learn better ways to become employable. You can be employable in 2 ways. You can be employable for other people, and you can be employable for yourself. So entrepreneurship is a form of employability. You're either empowering yourself to become an entrepreneur, or you're empowering yourself to be gainfully employed as a career. Whichever one, will be hosting a class like this next month. I plan to do this once every month for this year, as much as I can. So thank you everyone for your time. And please, if you have any question after this class, please endeavor to leave them on the group. Thank you everyone. Good night. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.